We're looking at Tim Burton, who's probably one of the most prolific filmmakers of all time, or at least of most recent time. Our special guest today is Mr. Joshua Spanier, or Colors, as you may know him.
Woo! Hello.
Colors, why do you think we brought you on for the Tim Burton episode?
Tim Burton is one of my biggest inspirations, and I don't watch like a lot of movies, but I love watching Tim Burton movies just because I find them mostly interesting.
Jory, I don't think you've ever kicked off one of these episodes before.
Whoa. I have not.
What is your number 19, your lowest rated Tim Burton movie?
My number 19 is, without hesitation, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Oof.
Okay, I veto this.
You're vetoing off the bat.
And you want to nominate Dumbo here instead?
Yeah, definitely. Dumbo, as the cartoon, was like an 11 out of 10 movie. That movie was so interesting, and like, I don't know, the animation was really cool, and I felt like it captivated me a lot. Like, not even as a child, but I watched it again when I was older. And then the new one, I saw it, and that was like the biggest letdown I've ever had with a movie.
The reason that I feel so comfortable putting Miss Peregrine down so low here is that not all of Tim Burton's movies are great, and Dumbo is also one of them that I would feel comfortable being like fairly low. That movie, to me, it still feels like a Tim Burton movie, but it feels like Tim Burton just did not want to make it. But Miss Peregrine's, I have no idea where he was. This doesn't even feel like a Tim Burton movie. Like, none of his like signature quirky style is there at all.
I agree with that.
I saw it for free, and I still felt like I wasted my time.
My decision's been persuaded. I just needed to get my frustration out on Dumbo.
We're talking about Tim Burton's 1999 remake of Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg.
As somebody who's already said on this show before how much I adored the original Planet of the Apes, this movie felt so unnecessary. They made so many wacky choices, and then when there was a possibility of a second movie, Tim Burton was like, fuck no. Even Tim Burton even saw the writing on the wall here. Can't get Abe Lincoln out of my head.
Oh wait, I just found that. Damn, that's funny.
Yeah, didn't he try to up the ante with the twist that like they were still like living in the world or something? Like, what was even the mindset there?
Beyond me, dude. I did not work on this movie, surprisingly.
Oh my god, they worked on the movie.
This was the first movie he truly failed.
Yeah, this was the first of a couple of reboots that just didn't work.
They're like, get your stinking hands off me, you damn dirty human.
Now to you, Colors, what is your number 17? Or any movie that's lower that you think belongs here?
Yeah, I feel like Dumbo's definitely worse than Big Eyes.
I agree.
I have Dumbo a little bit higher, but it's just not worth a veto because I also don't think it's very good.
Yeah, I'm in the same spot as Josh here.
Mine is lower.
Damn, you have Dumbo lower.
So we're fine with Dumbo at number 17?
Yeah.
At the end of Dumbo, they all start flapping their ears off into the clouds.
I really like how sad Dumbo looks in the clown makeup.
But that makes it sad.
It is some Joker shit.
The new one is like 2 years old and it's completely out of my memory.
Yeah, Dumbo, the original, came out in
I
1941.
didn't know it was that old. That's crazy.
Alden, what is your number 16?
So my 16 is Big Eyes.
Think I'm gonna veto that.
Thank you.
I haven't seen Big Eyes, so I didn't want to veto it, but I know that's a hot take.
I have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory here at number 16.
Oh my god.
What? Dude, why?
No.
It is a giant step down in a lot of ways from a movie that is 35 years older than it. At least Big Eyes was an original based on a true story. I thought it was the first time that Tim Burton kind of showed that he was capable of directing something out of his comfort zone in over a decade. Whereas Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was part of his downward spiral that really blows.
I feel like if you want Big Eyes to go somewhere else, you're gonna have to pick something other than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Well, that is my veto, and someone else can veto it, but that's what I'm putting.
I enjoy Charlie and the Chocolate Factory a little bit, but I think that this is far too low for it. I think it could go a little bit higher.
We're at number 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory at 14. It's not terribly high on my list, so I'm not going to veto.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is so much higher for me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie.
I can't tell you with a straight face that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a better movie than Big Eyes.
Yeah, I don't think either of these should be here.
What don't you like about Big Eyes? What makes it unenjoyable to you?
It's like didn't like tickle me in any type of way. Like it wasn't like cool enough to me. I don't know. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, bro. Like I've seen that like 5 times and I laugh still. The Oompa Loompas are hilarious. Like Charlie is funny. Like the fat kid is fun. Like I don't know.
What do you think about Johnny Depp's performance as Willy Wonka?
I liked him because he was really creepy and it was like offsetting. Like the first couple times I watched it, especially when I was little, I was like a little scared.
Yeah, he exudes some big Michael Jackson energy. Like I thought he was gonna offer me on a trip to Hawaii or something. Let's cast a vote officially. So we got Alden and Colors going with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory needs to go higher, and me and Josh are saying that Big Eyes needs to go higher. Jory, which movie do you think needs to go higher on this list?
Personally, I think both of these movies need to go higher. I haven't seen Big Eyes, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I do enjoy Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'm not offended by it, so I guess I'm going to vote for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on this one.
So number 16 is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Alden, where is it on your list?
Don't even worry about it. You'll hear it at the end.
Please, where is it?
It's second place.
My number 15 here is Dark Shadows.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's my number 11, but I don't want to veto because it's not in my top 10, so it just doesn't feel worth a veto to me.
And that's kind of a testament to Tim Burton as a whole. Is these are now we're looking into the movies that I actually do enjoy. Now that we've gotten Charlie and the Chocolate Factory out of the way,
God.
these movies are actually worth watching.
I wouldn't say Dark Shadows is worth watching, but
I like Dark Shadows. I think there's a lot of charm to it, and it's really funny. I think a lot of people saw trailers for that movie and thought it was going to be like the Addams Family,
That's kind of what I thought.
and like that's just not what Dark Shadows is. And I think a lot of people got mixed up. Yeah, I think that was the expectation going in for the audience, and I think that's why it was kind of perceived in a weird way.
Yeah, dude, Johnny Depp just has a lot of other better roles that I appreciate a lot more than that. So I don't know. That's why it's like low for me.
Like Willy Wonka.
Dude, bro, I think he did Sweeney Todd a lot better than that guy.
We get there when we get there.
Yeah, so everyone cool with Dark Shadows number 15?
Yeah.
All right, Burger King foot lettuce.
I was waiting for that, bro.
The last thing you'd want in your Tim Burton movie is a 1960s television show that makes fun of soap operas. But that's exactly what you're gonna get.
when audiences were treated to this 2011 romp. My number 14. There's a movie down here that we have not yet spoken about. It might be controversial, but it is The Corpse Bride.
Oh my God, you're folding.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but the last time I rewatched this movie, like the red tinted glasses completely fell away, and it was not what I remembered it being when I was a kid.
14. I'm going to veto this.
All right, Alden's using his veto. Alden, what movie are you putting in the place of fucking Corpse Bride at number 14?
I'm going to say Big Fish.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Josh, please save me.
You guys don't have to cry if you guys both vote for Corpse Bride.
It was cool. Big Fish was cool, but bro, Corpse Bride is higher than Big Fish for me for sure.
Josh, Kubis, use your veto.
We're only at number 14, correct?
Yes,
There's still so many spots left.
there's only 3. We need you.
Why do you save your veto until number 11 every time?
Yeah, Josh, what's up with that?
I have a movie that's sitting at number 17 that nobody has talked about yet because I think it's kind of a hot take.
Why don't you just say it?
All right, I'm going to veto. It's Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yo, no! What are you guys doing? These are 3 good Tim Burton.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Oh my God.
Of those 3, I have to vote for Corpse Bride because it's the only one not in my top 10.
Can I take away my veto?
No.
Where are you guys?
Big Fish.
No, I put Big Fish there. I'm confused.
So is that 2 votes for Big Fish, 2 votes for Corpse Bride?
So I can't take away my veto?
No.
No.
So I'm going to vote for Pee-wee and you're going to have to find a tiebreaker.
Josh, you are the tiebreaker because there are 2 votes for each.
I told you before this stream that I don't like Pee-wee Herman.
I thought you not liking Pee Wee Herman meant like it was number 11, and I'm like, that's fine. But no, putting it at number 17 on a list like this is a straight up jackass clown take. You look like Dumbo right now in general, bro.
Oh, what the clown like?
Is Dumbo going to be the clown icon this episode?
All right, Nate, if I look like a clown,
No, don't you fucking say it because you know it's not true.
Josh is together, Big Fish.
Oh my God. We're only on number 14.
This is worse than Toy Story 2 going at number 4. This is worse than Toy Story 1 not making the top 10.
I didn't know Corpse Bride was going to be that controversial. I'm so sorry.
Josh Kubis, you are up with number 13.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Veto Corpse Bride.
My vote's with Corpse Bride again.
I'm gonna have to say Corpse Bride.
There we go.
All right, so number 13, Corpse Bride. We're moving on to number 12. Think Alden is up. What's your number 12?
Mars Attacks is my next lowest.
Yeah, I hear that.
I have Mars Attacks quite a bit higher than this, but I think we are all out of vetoes.
Mars Attacks for me, I was like, the whole time I'm watching this, I'm asking myself, why did this get made and how did this get made?
Exactly.
All the other movies on this list, I could like see the potential or like the idea behind it, but this one I was just like, oh my god, what's happening?
Nice Planet. We'll take it.
Tom Jones.
But I digress. Number 12, Mars Attacks.
This is my number 6.
Yeah, it's my number 8.
It was my number 7, so we split the difference there.
Why are we the way we are?
Damn it, Nate. Now we need a better system than vetoes because of this.
What is your number 11?
Okay, I didn't see Frankenweenie, but I'm looking at Google Images and it looks really nice.
I honestly think that would be fine here.
Alice in Wonderland's an ugly fucking...
Sorry, but I have to say Frankenweenie, even though it's probably pretty good, but I just haven't seen it, so I don't know.
That's fine.
Frankenweenie at number 11 is totally acceptable.
Alice in Wonderland number 10.
I could see Big Eyes going at number 10. I didn't think this would make the top 10 either.
Yeah, let's do Big Eyes.
I'm good with Big Eyes. I like Alice in Wonderland a little.
What? We're putting one of the ugliest movies ever made above Big Eyes?
Bruh, what are you talking about?
It's already in our top 10, so we've already shit our pants.
I also think it's kind of ugly, but I still like the movie.
I saw Alice in Wonderland in 3D. That was my avatar when it came out, because
I agree completely.
Yeah, me too.
Josh, did you see it when it came out in 3D?
No, that sounds worse.
That's why you're saying that.
I don't want to see that in 3D.
That's what you think.
I don't want to see Johnny Depp dancing in clown makeup as fucking Mad Hatter. Alice in Wonderland is peak out of touch Johnny Depp.
no, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is peak out of touch Johnny Depp.
I'm also gonna say no.
I think I agree with Nate here.
Alice in Wonderland is a far superior movie than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
What?
I agree.
I'm so hurt.
At number 9, do we just want to put Alice in Wonderland, or
I really do not.
Yeah, I feel like every other movie that we have left besides Alice in Wonderland is like essential Tim Burton.
That movie's really cool. Like they have what they're shooting in the physical realm, like the props and stuff, and then they have like these dramatic backdrops with the sick lighting, and it gives it like a crazy depth.
what do y'all have at number 8?
I want to say Sleepy Hollow here.
I also have Sleepy Hollow.
That's my next lowest.
Good with that.
I'm not a huge fan of Edward Scissorhands, but I do think it's better than a lot of these other movies that we've placed below it. Not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Alice in Wonderland.
Or Big Fish? Or Mars Attacks?
Edward Scissorhands is better than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it definitely fucking is.
Oh yeah, that's not even a discussion.
I have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory so high up, dude.
After we're done with this list, I want Alden's review of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I'm thinking Edward Scissorhands is a better movie.
I think, therefore, we're going to put Sleepy Hollow here at number 8.
Or like Slept on Hollow.
All right, so number 7, we were talking about Edward Scissorhands for quite a bit there. Is there any movie that anyone else thinks we should put lower?
It sounds like I'm the only one that wants to see Edward Scissorhands go higher, so let me just say my next low
Is Pee-wee's Big Adventure higher than Edward Scissorhands?
left that I have lower that I think I could sell people on going under it is Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I have Pee-wee's Big Adventure as my number 7, so I'm not going to lose sleep over that at all.
Yeah, Pee-wee's Adventure was a little too like weird for me. I just didn't resonate with the movie. Like I didn't feel cool watching that, you know.
Yeah, same, actually.
The guy who made the clothing line Bape like owns the original Pee-wee Herman jacket, and it's like pretty priceless. Like
So it sounds like Pee-wee's going next.
Sounds like Pee-wee's Big Adventures at number 7. So number 6, we've been talking about Edward Scissorhands for a while. Is there anything else we feel like belongs here at the number 6 spot?
I'm gonna throw out Batman.
No, personally, is Sweeney Todd.
I don't have Sweeney Todd much higher, but I would personally I would like it to go a little higher. I think it's a little slept on.
I think it's the best Tim Burton has ever handled someone else's intellectual property. This movie's almost elevated from the Broadway musical, in my opinion. It's hard to translate musical theater to screen, especially if you're going to cast like A-list actors or well-known actors. This film delivers in a lot of ways, especially in atmosphere and in the scope of Fleet Street. You rely on the music too much for atmosphere in the original, and Tim Burton's use of, I don't want to say like Dutch angles because that's not true, but they're like overly wide for what it is, and showing this set and showing these different locations.
Yeah.
I think it ups the music at the same time too, where I think Pretty Women is probably the best song of the movie because of the scene and what's happening in the scene between Alan Rickman's character and Johnny Depp's character as Sweeney Todd.
I was gonna say, for me personally, I felt like I was really along the ride with Sweeney Todd for this. I felt his like psychosis and how like insane he was, like slitting people's necks, and like you guys were kind of saying, the cinematography really boosts the music. Like those go so well together, and I just felt like the grunge of the whole movie, like through Sweeney Todd, was like really cool.
But I think Edward Scissorhands has fought a good battle, and it needs to kind of get laid down in the dirt. We need to go bury Edward Scissorhands out back. You know what I'm saying?
All of the movies in my top 5 have made it.
Not all of mine.
I think you're alone there, Josh.
Oh no, I'm right there with you.
The
Josh
Joshes
is
are
picked
sticking
together. I sacrificed Big Fish for this to happen. I'm completely fine with Sweeney Todd going here.
I agree.
Number 5.
I just wanted to crack the top 5.
But we can't fix Big Fish being at number 14. Top 4 now. I'm going to say it. I have Batman Returns here.
Ooh, I have Batman 89 here.
Yeah, Batman's lower for me.
I agree with Josh.
I have Batman 89 here.
Yeah, I think it's time for Batman 89 to go. As much as I love it, it's...
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
You know, you're quoting a line from Batman. Quote me a line from Batman Returns.
I saw her first.
You beat me. I was just going to make the case that Batman 89 is a far more iconic movie. And I guess we're talking about Tim Burton movies here. And Returns is definitely more evocative of his style.
Batman Returns was really the movie that was like, oh shit, Tim Burton really has free reign to do anything. And he went beyond the source material and just said, fuck it. And I really respect that and really admire that. So that's why personally, Batman Returns is a little higher on my list than Batman 89.
Personally, I think that it's a far better movie and a far better Batman movie and a far better Tim Burton movie.
Whoever was like in charge of his makeup definitely made sure he just had like a pound of chapstick on the entire movie, and he was like personally.
He's from Pennsylvania. It's cold up here.
Hey, I'm not making fun of it. I respect it.
It's like right after you put on the Carmex and they're like, ready? Camera, action, lights, here we go.
Probably ate some of it.
Michael Keaton's Batman is chewing on chapstick the whole movie.
With the costume on.
You want to get nuts?
The movies in our top 3 are Beetlejuice, Batman Returns, and Ed Wood here.
Nate, this is where I'm with you. Batman Returns, I think, should be number 3.
Personally, Ed Wood is my number 3.
Ed Wood would also be my number 3.
Beetlejuice is my number 3.
I think Ed Wood really was Tim Burton's most mature movie to date. And I don't mean to discredit the whimsical side of his filmography that I do really enjoy.
One of the best movies made about filmmaking, period, where it's such an interesting character dive. And we've known on this podcast in the series that I love characters. Johnny Depp does it amazingly. And I think Tim Burton directs it so well. And that is Tim Burton to a T, where he puts you in this world and you still find connections with it, no matter how goofy or how outlandish it is. Ed Wood is just the perfect Tim Burton movie to me.
I was just going to say, I feel like I kind of jumped on the nostalgia factor on choosing Batman over that one. But after hearing what you guys liked about it, that made me remember. And that's just facts that like Ed Wood is definitely like the better movie.
What you guys are saying about like anybody can relate to all the characters in these movies, personally I can't. So I can't really don't really relate with any of the characters in this movie. I'm sorry. I don't know anybody like these people.
Jory, you majored in a film degree and you're not doing much right now in that degree. You don't relate to that?
No, I don't relate to that. These guys are still trying. What am I doing? I feel like that's fair to say.
I didn't mean to out you like that, but...
I mean, I agree where all of you are coming from, and I can understand why you guys personally like this movie a lot more, but just because that's just not my hustle, I just can't.
A Batman movie's probably winning next week.
I don't care about next week. This isn't Mario Party to me, Josh.
I'm with Jory on this. I care about this on an episode to episode basis, and what I really care about here is a Tim Burton list. And to me, saying that Batman Returns is the best thing that Tim Burton has contributed to the film industry is a fucking joke. Batman Returns isn't even as good of a Batman movie as Batman.
I just think Batman Returns is a very good comic book adaptation.
Of what? It's not my number one.
But you're saying it's better than Ed Wood, and I can't.
I'm saying I like it better than Ed Wood. It's perfectly fine having Batman Returns at number 3 here.
We've got Beetlejuice versus Ed Wood for the best Tim Burton movie.
We haven't really talked about Beetlejuice.
No, I mean, I think it's definitively one of Tim Burton's S-tier movies. Whether you love Tim Burton or not, I think you have to acknowledge the powerhouse in his filmography that is Beetlejuice.
That Ed Wood might not be the most evocative of his style or his most iconic movie, but we think it's better. I personally have to go with Beetlejuice here just because, like I was saying earlier, I think I mentioned with Edward Scissorhands that when I think Tim Burton movies, that's what I think of. Beetlejuice is the first movie that I think of when I think Tim Burton and his style.
Which one do you think is better?
Beetlejuice is the best Tim Burton movie because that's my favorite movie, first of all. But I just think, like you guys were saying, Beetlejuice is the most iconic Tim Burton film. Like, that movie was all over the internet. It was all over Tumblr. It was all over MySpace. Every kid wanted to be a part of that movie or like wanted to have something to do with the aesthetic of that film, like miniature buildings. I thought that was really cool how they're like remaking towns and whole like after death thing when they die and like the creepy hallway, like all of the sets in that movie, all of the lighting and like the costumes. Visually, that movie was 10 out of 10 for me. And it's like the parents really just had like a real heartfelt connection with her because they felt like needed to look after this girl. And it's like, oh my God, this is like amazing. And you just like, here comes Beetlejuice out of nowhere. He's like some fucking weird ass dude and causing mayhem. And I don't know, it just really tied everything together. To me, that movie had like all the elements.
I think it's definitely Michael Keaton's most transformative role, at least. Like, I still remember when I first found out.
The pinstripe suits on Beetlejuice and the worms were insane. And then like this alternate round where the worms are going in the desert. Is this an original movie? Is this based off of anything? Like, what is?
No, it's an all original movie.
That's why it can't be beat in my head because it's completely original. Like, I have a huge painting of it in my room now, which is cool.
Ed Wood thrives in being a character study of Ed Wood, but you get the taste of so many other people's lives. Like the two camera guys that follow him around through like 10 years of him making garbage ass movies, but they're like, oh, we're here for the job. And then you've got Bela Lugosi, who has sad and beautiful arcs of any celebrity in a movie ever. I mean, he was the first celebrity to publicly go into rehab. He was one of the first movie stars. 40 years later, after his career's all dried up, the dude's a heroin addict. And that's just a subplot of this movie. You learn and sympathize with Ed Wood a lot because of how much he cared about Bela Lugosi. And the fact that it's all surrounding the making of Plan 9 from Outer Space, which when Ed Wood was released, was considered to be one of the worst movies of all time. Ed Wood delivers on hitting beats of nostalgia for anyone who grew up ironically loving Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is one of the first giant guilty pleasure movies, but it also delivers an incredibly heart-touching story with multiple arcs going on that are extremely emotionally moving through these characters. And to me, Beetlejuice is a lot of fun, but it's like riding a roller coaster. You get off of it and sure, you might want to ride it a couple more times, but it's not something that's going to change your life.
I can't even argue that like Beetlejuice is a better movie than Ed Wood because like you were just saying, like it's definitely more emotionally moving and like the fact that it does have all those different arcs through these different characters' lives is like pretty insane.
Yeah, but I also respect with what you're saying though, is that Beetlejuice does something really wonderful and fantastical without any source material. I mean, I genuinely think these are the two best movies that Tim Burton has made. So I want to hear other people's inputs.
So what's going to be tough about this is that I'm sure we have 2 for Beetlejuice and Jory and Josh. And then we'll probably have 2 of us for Ed Wood. And what sucks about the situation right now is that I know Alden has not seen Ed Wood.
Yeah, but you guys are making really good arguments for it.
I'm having a hard time with this.
If I wasn't the way that I was and just refused to change my mind.
every time I go back and watch Ed Wood, there's something I appreciate more. Whereas I feel the same consistent joy every time I watch Beetlejuice. I think a lot of people that would consider themselves Tim Burton fans haven't even seen Ed Wood.
That's a huge fact.
Yeah, Alden.
I don't claim to be a huge Tim Burton fan though.
I just feel like if you haven't watched Ed Wood and you're making this ranking, like it's a clown ranking. I'm sorry.
So sacrificing Big Fish, but whatever.
Like your argument about other people making clown rankings went out the door when you did that.
I mean, Nate called me a clown, so I had the rebuttal. Sorry. You're awful, Nate. You brought me on Duel of the Takes just to make fun of me.
So that being said, it does sound like there is a 2-2 currently. Alden, we are waiting on your vote.
Bill Murray's really funny in Ed Wood. I just wanted to point that out.
Bill Murray steals a lot of scenes in this movie.
It's Ed Wood.
All right, so Alden said Ed Wood.
I think I missed the boat on Beetlejuice when I was younger. With that perspective, what you guys have said about Ed Wood, I'm gonna put that on top.
Well, Alden, where did you have Beetlejuice on your list?
It's still top 10. I had it at number 8.
Alden, I really need to hear your list.
I think if I watch the movies on this that I haven't seen, there's only 6, then my list would be very different.
Does everyone want to read their personal list?
Number 19, Miss Peregrine? Miss Peregrine? Is that how you fucking pronounce it? Number 18, Planet of the Apes. Number 17, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Number 16, Alice in Wonderland. Number 15, Frankenweenie. Number 14, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Number 13, Corpse Bride. Number 12, Dumbo. Number 11, Dark Shadows. Number 10, Big Fish. Number 9, Edward Scissorhands. Number 8, Sleepy Hollow. Number 7, Big Eyes. Number 6, Mars Attacks. Number 5, Sweeney Todd. Number 4, Batman 89. Number 3, Batman Returns. Number 2, Beetlejuice. And number 1, Ed Wood.
Number 19, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Number 18, Planet of the Apes. Number 17, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Number 16, Dumbo. Number 15, Dark Shadows. Number 14, Alice in Wonderland. Number 13, Corpse Bride. Number 12, Big Eyes. Number 11, Frankenweenie. Number 10, Edward Scissorhands. Number 9, Sleepy Hollow. Number 8, Mars Attacks. Number 7, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Number 6, Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Number 5, Batman Returns. Number 4, Beetlejuice. Number 3, Batman. Number 2, Big Fish. And number 1, Ed Wood.
Number 19, Miss Peregrine, or Green, whatever. Number 18, Planet of the Apes. Number 17, Dark Shadows. Number 16, Corpse Bride. Number 15, Dumbo. Number 14, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Number 13, Pee-wee. Number 12, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Number 11, Big Eyes. Number 10, Sleepy Hollow. Number 9, Frankenweenie. Number 8, Big Fish. Number 7, Mars Attacks. Number 6, Alice in Wonderland. Number 5, Ed Wood. Number 4, Batman. Number 3, Edward Scissorhands. Number 2, Batman Returns. Number 1, Beetlejuice.
19, Dumbo. 18, Planet of the Apes. 17, Peculiar Children. 16, Big Eyes. 15, Dark Shadows. 14, Big Fish. 13, Mars Attacks. 12, Sleepy Hollow. 11, Sweeney Todd. 10, Edward Scissorhands. 9, Batman. 8, Beetlejuice. 7, Corpse Bride. 6, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. 5, Ed Wood. 4, Frankenweenie. 3, Alice in Wonderland. 2, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And 1, Batman Returns.
Oh, I didn't make an official list, but what I will say is that Alden pretty much had my 19 through 11. It was very similar with Josh's top 5.
So these are the top 19 Tim Burton movies. Number 19, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Number 18, Planet of the Apes. Number 17, Dumbo. Number 16, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Number 15, Dark Shadows. Number 14, Big Fish. Number 13, Corpse Bride. Number 12, Mars Attacks. Number 11, Frankenweenie. Number 10, Big Eyes. Number 9, Alice in Wonderland. Number 8, Sleepy Hollow. Number 7, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Number 6, Edward Scissorhands. Number 5, Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Number 4, Batman. Number 3, Batman Returns. Number 2, Beetlejuice. And number 1, Ed Wood.
I feel like this list was kind of out of pocket in certain places, but
This list was very out of pocket.
I need to watch Big Fish and Ed Wood.
Thank you, everyone, for watching the Duel of the Takes podcast. Or if you've been watching this on YouTube, leave a comment below. Let us know what your favorite Tim Burton was. It in our top 5? Did we really fold? If you're a Dark Shadows fan, I apologize if we did.
Do you also like Big Fish?
I saw her first.
I saw her first. Nice fucking model. Nice fucking model.
And I wanna see. Motherfuckers better know.